welcome to Haircolor Confessional. I'm Angela.
I'm Christine.
And today we are talking to Mr. Mike Cocanower.
Hello.
And he is the owner and creator of Inside Image Design, an event and lighting, audio, visual, live streaming, video mapping, event production, event design, etc. Mike's company works some of the biggest events in the DFW area and beyond. Welcome,
that was a lot.
Mike.
That was a lot.
Our podcast.
That was a lot of information.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
Hello.
so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, so
You're welcome.
Whatever.
Yes, we're so glad you're here.
Okay.
We are not worthy. No,
We are not worthy.
First, before we start, tell everyone how you know me, how we know each other.
Well, we know each other through Life Church. We were in a life group together, and we shared a lot of personal experiences. Everyone did in this group. We were very tight.
Yes.
And we were lifelong friends.
15 years ago, right?
For life. We said, life group, we're in it for life. And here we are. I don't know if it's been 10 years? At least 10 years, right?
At least 10 years.
At least.
Probably 13 or more.
Right. So we've known each other a very long time.
Yeah.
We're still doing the same thing. And appreciate having me here.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
We're so happy to have you here.
Yeah.
And so the first thing I want to ask you is, since you do all these events and stuff, what is the craziest thing that's happened to you at an event? Like the craziest thing that you were just like, I can't believe this just happened to me?
Well, like, the craziest thing that's ever happened is like an almost failure, where things almost fail. Because luckily I've been blessed with the fact that like nothing really 100% fails, but it always comes to this thing where something is about to fail. And I'm a person of faith. And so like when something happens like that, I don't react in a way that normal people do. I kind of just settle myself and look at it and like, I know that the thing that I need is right next to me at all times. And so I look around for the thing that I need, and then I grab onto it, and we have not had an unsuccessful event in a long time. But there are those moments where I'm scared and I'm afraid, and I think that like things are not going to work out. And that's the moment where I rely on God, and I'm like, yes.
It's your faith.
Yeah, that is my faith. And yeah, and even when it comes to money, like so much money coming in, going out, like it's so easy to get scared, but I don't get scared. Like I used to be scared, but now I understand that like God is in control and He takes care of my finances, even as a business owner.
There you go.
love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so what inspires you to be so creative in all these different events, venues that you do? Because you seem to do so many.
Well, so I went to TCU. I got a dual major in art and chemistry, and after that, I ended up working for the Worthington Hotel as an AV person, and I got my feet wet a little bit. And then whenever they fired me because they brought in another company, I took over their equipment. I bought it for $5,000, all this stuff.
Did you really?
I did. I like ran off with the loot. It was like a parting gift.
Oh my gosh.
And
you
since
ran.
then, I did. And I started my own business. And since then, things have been amazing. And we have great clients. We work with the Amon Carter Museum and BNSF and, a bunch of wonderful local companies.
Okay, so I have a question. Tell us about Burning Man, because I know you go every year.
Oh.
Side note, I have asked Mike to take me to Burning Man every year, I think for the past 10 years, maybe.
Right.
And I always find out he went when he gets back.
Well, okay, you're definitely coming, but okay, so we do.
First explain
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
So Christine doesn't know
I have
what
no
Burning
idea.
Man is.
Okay, so what
Yeah,
is
I've been living
Burning
under a
Man?
rock.
Burning Man is a festival in the desert of Nevada. And
Okay.
it is 5 to 7 days long.
Wow.
And the principles are like radical expression, like you have to express yourself. Like if somebody comes up to you and they ask you a question, or they ask you to entertain them in this game they want to play, you have to be there. You know, you have to pick up all your trash. You have to bring all the supplies that you need.
For the whole time you're there.
Yeah, there's no
You have
marketing.
to be self-sufficient. There's
Right.
nothing
And when
there
you talk
for
about
you.
supplies, are you talking about lighting?
Food, water.
Yeah, food, water, fuel, generators,
Everything. Like
Okay.
Right.
electricity,
Yeah.
water, food, everything.
So I think I've been for like 15 years.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
Yeah.
Long
but
time.
So I've been asking you to go for 15 years. 15 years instead of 10.
15 years, right. So,
Yeah, don't tell her.
okay, we do Sonic Soul Tribe. We trade off with Upland Temple. And so one year they have a big year, next year we have a big year, and then during that we have the off years, you know. And so last year was an off year. I brought out a 50-foot geodesic dome and like wrapped it and did a bunch of pixel lighting on it, and it was super fun and amazing. Made a DJ booth with
DJ booth.
DJ booth, yep. And then
Okay,
but
what's
the
a
time
DJ booth?
before
DJ booth.
Oh, DJ
DJ.
booth. I'm like, what is that?
Sorry. But the time before that was our big year, and I got to design a wonderful looking like lotus shape with and all of our friends came together, and they were like, I drew it on a bar napkin, and then they were like, okay, that's cool, and then they just went with it,
Yeah.
right? And they
Wow.
made it into something so beautiful. We had flamethrowers, we had yeah, and like I had this eyeball that was video mapped, and one of the flamethrowers like kind of caught some of that fabric on fire, and, you know, and kind of burned it. But that was part of the aesthetic, and I really enjoyed that. It was really nice.
That is
We'd all-
awesome.
Yeah,
Every time I see pictures about Burning Man, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go so bad.
it's great. Well, it's really great, especially going the first time. You know, once you go the first time, you
Well,
get
'cause
to
you're
see.
considered a newbie, right? And then
Well,
Nobody even knows you're a newbie, but I think once would probably be enough for me.
you would be sold.
I don't
right?
know.
I think once is enough. I think you should just go one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then experience it, because what happened to me is like I never would have started my business if I hadn't gone that one time. I went that one
Okay.
time, and I came back and I tried to explain to the Museum of Science and History why that was important, that we bring in art cars and had sound systems. And we used, back in the Museum of Science and History, we used to have speakers on the outside of the building. We'd play the Imperial March during the Star Wars thing.
Okay,
But they
yeah.
stopped having speakers on the outside. They stopped, like, you know,
Right.
I wanted to bring that, and they weren't into it, and so we had to part ways.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, but I think that would have been a cool thing for them to have.
Absolutely. And so what I did is
It
like,
makes the whole experience better.
Well, it's the
Yeah.
illusion, yeah.
Well,
it's
because
the
when
si-
you're walking
yeah.
in, you kind of get the idea, and then it like gets you excited for what's inside.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
I took that stuff from Burning Man and I brought it and I created a company that did that for every other
Oh my
company
gosh, so
around
that's
here.
what inspired you.
Absolutely.
Gave
yeah,
you your
and so
creativity
and I
and
left.
just kind of ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, how many events do you think you do a year? On average.
Right.
Probably 200 at least. I mean, some big, some small.
Okay, there's
But
only 365 days a year.
Yeah, I mean, it could
Yeah,
be
that's a
it could be
lot.
over 300 because some days we're doing like 5 events a day.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I don't
He's
know.
way more busy than us.
Yeah,
I need some
absolutely. I know
sleep.
you have a crew.
Thank you for having me, but I've been I need some sleep.
You don't sleep that much, do you, Mike? Okay,
No.
so do you venture out of Texas, or are you just in this area?
No, I've been to Los Angeles, do a lot of events in Phoenix, also in
So you're nationwide.
in Florida.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your favorite thing about your job, and what's your least favorite thing about your job?
My favorite thing about my job is the ability to like really develop a personal relationship with a client. One that I know that like whatever they need, I'm gonna take care of it, and we just have this wonderful trust, you know, and I think that's missing from today's marketplace, is that people are not actually really developing
Not-
strong
they're
not building
relationships.
They're not
relationships.
personable enough.
I'm a strong relationship builder.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not
We are
really.
too. That's what we do in our
Yeah,
job.
we build relationships.
Yeah, and that's what you're doing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just
What's
met
up?
you.
How are you doing?
Nice to meet you,
Good
Mike.
to meet you.
You're gonna
Love
be
you.
my
Aw,
BFF forever.
I love you.
I love you too.
Love you. Yeah, we've known each other for such a long time.
I know.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
love that. I love that you can meet somebody and then build that relationship and then continue it on. You know, whenever we see you, it's like, hey, how are you doing? It's such a good feeling.
So it's during the pandemic, I remember. It's like we had nothing to do. We had no work because we're in the event
Right.
business. And so came up with this thing where I sent Katie to go to Total Wine and find our logo is a butterfly. It's a purple butterfly. So I'm like, go find every wine that has a purple butterfly. And we had nothing to do. And so my staff was on the PPP loans. And so I'm like, okay, everybody meet here and we're gonna have a wine tasting. And so she bought every bottle in the entire Total Wine that had
Oh, I love
a
that
purple
idea.
butterfly on it or something that was
Wow.
similar. And we sat there and we had a wine tasting. We
Oh my
figured out
gosh.
what the best ones were, right?
Yeah.
That's so fun.
I was making
And-
cocktails and you were drinking wine.
You're like the best boss ever.
I know.
Well, but the reason is that we were gonna, we ended up buying a case of the wine that we decided was the best, and we sent it to all of our clients with a Bluetooth speaker and light up
Yeah.
rings, and sent them a disco party in a box, because that was fun.
Yeah.
I
And
love
that's-
that idea.
I love my.
You were like,
clients.
let's get it back out
Let's-
together. Let's
come on,
Yes.
get
let's
the
do
events
this.
so when it
going.
opens
Yes.
up, we can have events
Yes.
and
Right.
we can get together.
Yes.
And I still remember you, and I can't wait to work with you again because we're gonna party
Absolutely.
hard.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, now what's your least favorite thing about your job?
My least favorite is just the time constraints.
Yeah.
Although it does take a lot of time, and it is very taxing. It could be 12 to 18 hours a day.
Setting up.
Just in general.
In general.
Set
tear
up,
down, everything.
do the event, be there,
Managing
breakdown,
your employees.
management, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the experience of actually doing a good job is a reward enough, and I do enjoy that. I do enjoy doing a good job.
Yeah. Well, you do a
Yeah.
great job. Every
Oh
time.
my gosh.
every
Well, you've been
event-
there. You were
every
there.
event
Right.
I've
So
ever
we-
been to has been a great job.
So
Right.
we did the Fort Worth Food and Wine Festival this past weekend,
Yes.
and we had the opportunity to see what you did, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there from Thursday to Sunday, and yeah,
Every day was
the
a
lighting,
whole
the
new
signs.
Well, Julie Eastman does that.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the one that's in charge.
But
she's
then
the one
you
that
do
makes
the
it happen.
lighting and all
I
that.
do the lighting and power and
Spotlighting.
some of the sound, making I take care of things.
But
Yeah.
you had said it took you 3 days to do
did.
that to
Yes.
get set up for Thursday.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty unreal.
And then you just tweak stuff every day.
Every day, just trying to make sure,
Yeah.
because I'm just a helper. I just want
Right.
to make sure it all works. Right.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's great. But Robin and Julie, they're the ones that make it all happen.
Yeah.
And
Well, Julie's great.
so glad to be on their team.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What's your next adventure?
My next adventure, I would say, Claire is about to graduate, and so after that,
So Claire's his wife.
Claire's my wife.
Beautiful
yes.
wife.
Beautiful
We
wife.
love her.
She's
Just
about
got
to
married.
graduate from college.
We're less than
not
a year.
high school.
You're married, and
right.
I guess we're gonna go to. I really want to go to Cabo. I've never been.
Oh,
So I wanna
we've
go
never
check
been
that
to
out.
Cabo.
No.
We should crash your party.
Woo, woo.
You're more than
You
welcome.
know how
to.
that goes.
She wants that. She wants a big group to
Really?
go down. Yes,
Oh
she
my
does.
gosh.
Just let us know when
Yeah.
you'll go.
Put us on the
We'll
list
tell
and
you.
we'll
Okay.
go.
We'll tell
All
you
right.
that.
Yeah,
Well, I
we
mean, she
love the
graduates in
beach.
May,
You
so
know, we do end up staying like 3 days later.
right. Well, let's do it. I am totally about that.
Yeah, we should go to Cabo. I've never been.
Yeah.
Get lost in Cabo.
So, how did y'all get started? What happened here? What's going on with this thing?
Well, okay, so Oh, you know, I had a boyfriend for like a year and 8 months, and then he got sick, and all my close girlfriends were there
Terminally
for
sick.
me. He was terminally,
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
terminally sick. Mike, actually, we went to Mike's wedding, my boyfriend and I, and so my boyfriend got terminally sick, and
Yes.
he actually passed back in December, which is very sad for me, but my girlfriends were there for me, and
We were all there for you. We love
Yes.
Gary so much. And
Yes, and so I said, look, I'm okay. The whole time they were texting me, he was
Yeah.
sick, and I said, I'm okay now, but when he passes, I'm gonna need to be busy. And she
we
was
had
like,
this one-on-one conversation, and she said, "You got to keep me busy." And I go, "Okay."
Okay.
So-
I'll keep you busy.
yeah,
Yeah, you
she's
know
like,
what?
let's
I've got
do
a
a
plan.
podcast.
I came back
Right?
later, and I go, "We need to do a podcast."
Yeah.
There is not one podcast like us. And I go, and I listen to a ton of podcasts, and I'm like, "We need to do this." And
Yeah.
so she's like, "I'm on." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So
I mean,
here
like,
we are.
there's somebody's drag racing outside.
But anyways, I mean,
so what
we
you get
just-
with the red goose?
right?
So there's not a podcast out there with 2 hairstylists that do all the things we do.
No. Not only do we talk about beauty products and stories in the salon about what we do for a living,
Yeah.
but we also we're like a Rolodex of things. We give references, we give advice, we give traveling tips.
We travel, we go to
We
nonprofits,
volunteer our services
we volunteer
for the
our
community.
services,
Yeah.
There's so many things, and of course our nightlife, right? And so it's like, well, heck, we can do this.
Yeah.
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 So that's why we interview people like you, and it's such a beautiful thing because you are important to the community.
Yes.
And little do you know how important you are. You are extremely important. And-
Listen, I don't think Fort Worth could operate without you.
No, because you're all over the place.
I'm super humble and I don't really understand
No,
that.
well, I know
Well,
that.
but-
I know that,
That's-
and
but
I know that now.
no, I know
Everybody's
you're
like,
humble.
hey,
but
do you know who Mike is? And they're like, who's Mike? And I'm like,
Yeah.
he put this whole
yes,
No, I didn't do the whole thing.
No,
I'm
but
not
you
wholly
did a
in
lot of
charge.
it.
you're
No.
behind it.
No,
So
I know you're a humble
I make
person.
I make sure it goes off, but I'm
he's
not.
like, I'm not taking credit for everything.
I'm not taking credit
What-
for everything.
Okay,
no
we're
way.
gonna give you credit for everything. because-
Okay, you can do whatever
Yes.
you want
Oh, as he's blushing.
to. I'm blushing.
You
yes.
are blushing.
I am. Oh, I
Okay,
gotta
so
need
Mike,
some
do you have
water.
any more questions for me?
All right, so since we are Haircolor Confessional, so I've got to ask you, what is your beauty tip? What do you use on a daily basis that you just absolutely
What
love?
can't you live without?
So I use a bar of soap, which back in the day did not contain sulfates, but then they changed the formula, and now it has sulfates in it. But I continue to use it, and it has not caused me any problems. But
From head to toe?
that's it. I just use a bar of soap for my hair, bar
Okay.
of soap for my face, for my body, everything. Just one bar of soap.
And Mike has the best hair. Can I just point that out that he has the best hair ever? Like, that is amazing hair. You don't even have to do anything. It looks
I don't
good.
do anything.
Yeah, you're just like,
No.
whatever. It looks good,
I
whatever.
occasionally put some water and just roll it back because it gets in my eyes. That's about it.
Great hair. Great hair. A full head of hair, and it's great.
All right, so.
No even gray, even, I don't think.
No, he's got fabulous hair.
What product do you have today, Christine?
Okay, so I have a product called Wow, and I really like this.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's wow.
Wow.
I bet you could use it too. I'll let you borrow it. Okay.
Wow.
So it's called Speed Dry, and it speeds up. You spray it on your hair when you're blow drying it, and then once you start blow drying it, it speeds up the process. Now, I've got a ton of hair, so this probably shortens it maybe 10, 15 minutes, but
That's
I absolutely
great.
like it.
That's great. Yeah.
Want some, Mike?
Smells good? Mmm, yummy.
But anyways,
Nice.
this is the product for the day.
Smells
it's
nice.
called Wow.
Smells clean and fresh.
Okay, Mike, so we so appreciate you being here. Please tell us where we can find you on
Yes.
social media.
So, social media, Instagram, Inside Image Design, also on Facebook. And we are going to be doing the Friday on the Green coming up recently.
Absolutely.
Down in
We're going to
Magnolia.
be there.
So, you know, just come check it out. It's a nice, easy thing. Everybody can enjoy it. It's totally free.
And it goes from May to July?
Well, it starts in April.
Oh, April, okay.
And it's like, I think it's about every 3 weeks, 2 weeks, yeah.
Every Friday night, right?
Fridays.
Every Friday.
Fridays in Magnolia.
Friday on the Green, yeah.
Yeah.
And so also, Mike is hiring for people that actually want to work.
Yes,
And
he
he
has
pays-
benefits and all.
He pays
That's
a
true.
really good
I'm
salary,
hiring.
and he also provides benefits, but you have to want to work. So, because apparently people don't want to work these days, but yeah.
There are some people that do.
There are some people that do,
there's
so
not
take
enough.
advantage of that.
I need more.
And reach out to him because he needs help.
Absolutely.
I do.
He needs workers, and he needs good workers. And so if you want to be a good worker and you want benefits, reach out to Mike.
Yes.
I appreciate
we'll
that.
have all our information on the back.
Yes, we will totally,
right.
we'll put it all in there. Okay. Well, thanks so much for listening to
you.
Haircolor Confessional. I'm Angela,
I'm Christine.
and we'll see you next
I'm
time.
Mike.
Thanks so much. Next Mike.
Y'all have a good
Bye,
night.
y'all.
Thank you. We so appreciate you.